Hello everyone, my name is Chaelsa Ramayuda. I'm one of the students in Universitas Pamulang, Faculty of Letters. So here I will give you the information about language acquisition. So the content of this PowerPoint, first I will explain to you about language and then language acquisition, the differences between language acquisition and language learning, and the last is conclusion. So here we go. What is language? Language is the most essential communication tool for humans. The language owned by humans is very dynamic, so that it continues to develop from time to time. In everyday life, humans use language as a means of expressing thoughts, socializing, and fulfilling their life desires. Therefore, it can be said that language is a basic need of every human being. Next, I'll give you the explanation about language acquisition. Based on Noam Chomsky, language acquisition is derived from innate processes. Innate is something which is already there in mind since birth. He thus proposed his theory on language acquisition in 1977. As all children share the same internal constraints which characterize narrowly the grammar they are going to construct. So guys, there are two stages of language acquisition. First is pre-linguistic period. A. Cooing. During the first month, children cry many times in a day. These cries are accompanied by producing some sounds. B. Babbling. Babies all over the world produce the same sounds, and they may produce sounds that are never used in their environment.
Second, the linguistic period. A. The Holocaustic Stage. After 1 year, children have learned that sounds are related to meanings. They begin to go through the one word which is considered for them as one utterance. B. The two-word utterances. Babies begin to produce two-word utterances which can show the different combination of word order. C. Telegraphic stage. At this stage, the word forms are beginning to vary. Inflection and morphemes begin to appear in addition to the use of simple preposition. Next, there are three principles in the theory of acquisition. First is Lexical Principle. The Lexical Principle is a principle by which a child gains an understanding of the affixes to vocabulary. Second, Generalization Principle. The Generalization Principle, which is the principle by which a person generalizes a suffix to know between plural and singular. And three, Uniqueness Principle. The Uniqueness Principle in which the environment affects a person's language style.
And what are the differences between language acquisition and language learning?
Language acquisition. Children acquire language quickly, easily, and without effort for formal teaching. It happens automatically, whether their parents try to teach them or not. While language learning is the result of direct instruction in the rules of language. It is not an age-appropriate activity for very young children, as learning presupposes that learners have a conscious knowledge of the new language and can talk about that knowledge. For your information, Rockley said the broadcast area is the one actively involved in language acquisition process, whereas the workness area is the active in the language learning process.
In conclusion, language acquisition is the first language that humans acquire when they are babies. This first language is one of the processes humans communicate before humans over time acquire their second language. The ability to acquire this language is obtained when humans are born, as explained by Noam Chomsky, that children can acquire their language in the same way, without much effort, because the basics of language are already in their brains. Language acquisition and language learning are two things that look same but are different. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.